Harshit informed that we are three mug leaders here. Today's meeting is around MongoDB charts, as you can understand from the topic itself. So as a starting, we will have a virtual vacation, right? We'll start with a fun game where we will travel together. Because of COVID, we have been staying at home, haven't been going out, being social. But let's be social in a virtual world, right? So we'll start with a fun game. That's a virtual vacation. After that, our speaker will start with showing you what charts are and everything, and then we'll have some quizzes and we will have some trivia in the end. Then we'll announce some winners for each virtual vacation and charts and the quiz, everything. So there are a lot of prizes to win, right? So all right, let's start and let's travel together here in a virtual vacation.
All right, this is going to be fun, Rohit. I know. Uh, 1 second, I'll just set it up and I'll quickly open it up. And this is a very. I'll explain the rules for you. So this is a very fun game. We have been playing it in the team as well, and we played it with some of the organizers as well. And so basically, you get 1 minute to guess the location. We'll be sharing a link with you very soon, and there'll be like 10 rounds. All you have to do is understand what the place is. Click on the guess button, and uh, wherever you think this city is, click on that place. Based on how close you are to the that location in terms of your picking up the location, you get a score. So so you have to be really close to what that place is. The hint is look at the signboards, look at the language boards, and this is really fun. So I'll quickly share the link in the chat, and we can kick this off. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, this is the link. The exact link 95965 is the room code. And once you start joining in, I'll see here who all has joined in, and we'll kick this off. So basically, I'll explain again. You will see a video come up, and you'll have an option at the bottom that says guess. You need to click on that guess button, and it you know a map will pop up. You need to select the zoom in and select the city or exact location. If you know, let's say if you see Taj Mahal, you know where is it. You need to zoom into Taj Mahal, Agra, and click on that location and say, this is my guess. And based on it, you will get some scores, and these scores would be your would be based on how far are you from that location. All right, we see 21 players. This is going to be an exciting one. Yeah. I really loved the introduction, Rohit, that we haven't been able to travel, and this is so important for us to travel together. Everybody's looking to do that, and thanks for bringing this game. Yes.
Soon we will be traveling, I mean, not virtually but physically. So let's see. Let's first travel together virtually, then meet physically. Yeah.
Awesome. We are 22 players. I think I'll kick this off. Is anybody still joining in, or do let us know if you want us to wait?
Let's start, I guess.
Oh, I see comment from Chirag. Share the
All
link
right.
again. 23. 25. Okay, I think we'll kick this off now. And if you're joining us late, we can enjoy seeing the scores on the leaderboard with me. Okay, with us. Okay. Oh, so kicking this off. All right, so you would see something like this, and all you need to do is click on the start guessing button and select a location. So I'll do the first round for you and probably select something random so that you know how to do it. So I'll make a guess and oops, You can definitely ask me to uh, shut up if you think I'm not, I'm doing a bad commentary here. So feel free to do that. That's it's all good. All right, 15 seconds left. Make sure you guys have your guesses in. It's important to guess somebody, something, otherwise you will get a zero. So make sure you put your guesses in. We have prizes for this as well. So we have t-shirts. To what top 5 will get t-shirts, and it's 10 rounds, so you can still bump up and gain. Okay, we have a score. So Karthik is leading and Sai is close. This was actually somewhere on the East Coast, and we had people picking up Europe, and I picked India. So all right, okay, on to the next round. Karthik is leading. Let's see who moves up on the leaderboard next. Okay, that's Winters. Isn't this the super easiest one? I think this is the easiest one I've ever seen on this game. So, but we still don't have any guesses in. I think everybody's zooming in to the best location to get the best points. Ooh. Shenny got 0.0. Shenny's like right on the target. Then Mayank is 25 kilometers out. Chirag is 19 kilometers out. I'm waiting for the Nayan is 6,600 kilometers out. I'm waiting for the top leaders as well to get in their submissions and see how. Karthik is 4.8. Prasun and Rahul, Saurabh has done it. Rahul, we have 4 seconds left. Get your guesses in, guys. All right. Okay, Steny moved up with 885 points. Arpit on 810. The leaderboard has changed completely. So Steny's leading, Karthik is second, Prasun's third, Arpit, Soba, and Sanchit following right after that. Okay, round number 3. Are 60 seconds enough to do a quick Google image search and find out where this is or not? Or this is internet dependent? Anything can happen. Let's see. Sometimes I feel it's important to not go and Google because you get the right hints at the end of this. So it's okay to wait as well and see some of the hints at the end. Okay, 15 seconds. Make sure you get your guesses in. Okay, everybody is almost 10,000 kilometers away. So this is, I don't see anybody getting it like super right. Karthikeya,
I am 11,000 kilometers away.
oh my God. Okay, so this was somewhere in South America. This was Brazil. Oh no, this is Curitiba. I think this is Brazil, right? Yeah, this is Brazil. Nice. This was fun. And we have guesses. Oh, we had a few guesses in South America, so that's cool. Moving on, let's see who's I'll see who's leading while you look at the video. So Steny is leading, Mayank is second, Prasun's third, Arpit fourth, Saurabh is fifth, Amit, Sanchit, Siddhant, Kushagra, Tarun, and then 16 others following up. And anything can happen, guys, in this game. If you get one guess right and everybody gets it wrong, you will definitely quickly climb up. So yes. The language on the boards might be helpful. That's a familiar car, right? Everybody in India, guys, you would have seen that car, right? That's an i10, uh, very similar looking model. Sorry, I was just distracting you from seeing the right things, making it exciting. Oh, 0 seconds. We have guesses in. Steny is very close with 9 kilometers out. Mrinal, great jump, 480 points. Sambhav, great jump. Nayan, again, great jump. Sonali is climbing up as well. Sanchit, Satyam, Siddhant, Kushagra. following up, and this was again South America. Okay, and I think most of us kind of were, a few of us were close. All right, okay, next round. And this would be the fifth round, so we'll be right in the middle of the game, and this would help us know how the scores are. And again, anything can happen because we are still in the middle of the game. Yeah. Okay, we have some guesses coming in. It's a guest from Amit, Rasool, Mayank, Arpit. Alrighty. So Stenny got it super close. Sanchit is super close as well. Sanchit, great work on this one. Sanchit being the mug leader. Like, I need to lead by example. Let me bring it up. And he's so close. So this was not sure what, but I'll just take a look. And yes,
This was Japan.
it was Japan. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but I get confused with some of the Japan and Korea and places because
All those lanterns are basically mostly for Japan. So yeah.
okay, that's experience from Rohit. Awesome. Okay, so leaderboard looks very good now. Sanchit is climbing up and very close to Stenny. Mayank is not that far from the second spot. I think the middle part is the middle sector is very is going to be super fun. Anybody can climb up. On to the sixth round. We have 4 more rounds left. Let's see if Sanchit can beat Stenny or Mayank can climb up to the first spot. Anything can happen out there. Ooh, Mayank is so close. Oh my God, Stenny is 16,000 kilometers far. Sanchit is 3.2. Anything can happen. Let's see. So this was, so Kushagra got it like super right. Chirag got like to the same point. Sanchit very close to it. Saurabh very close. I think most of us got it right.
I'm so happy Stanley didn't get it right.
Yeah, it's good to see the leaderboard changing all the time, right? That makes it exciting. So this was, I don't know what was this. What was this, guys? Is this somewhere in UK?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
it's London.
it's London. Oh, okay. And Stenny picked up Australia because he's from Australia. Maybe it looks similar, or maybe there was a technical snag, but it works. Hey, one second. So we have Mohammed joining in. Hey, Mohammed, we are playing a small game. You can watch the game or join in if you can in the middle of it. Otherwise, it's about to end, and we'll quickly start with the things. So I'll go to the next round. The leaderboard has kind of gone here and there once again. Anything can happen. Sachin is like 25 points away. Mayank is closing in as well. Chirag, so Saurabh, Tarun, Kushagra, everybody is so close to getting up there. So all those who are joining us right now, we are playing this small game at the moment, and we will be starting up with the introduction to charts very soon. It's a game where you need to look at the location, identify where is it, and select on the map. So you need to click on the start guessing button And it's a game known as Virtual Vacation. You can find it out and play after this. We're about to end, so we'll be quickly starting off with things. 15 seconds on this round, guys. Those who are playing. Steny 802 kilometers out. I think this is a very, very biased one for Delhi-NCR mark, because we can quickly identify which place this is if you are from Delhi. So, so I feel for Steny here, because this is so hard for him, but easy for everyone else. So Mayank, right at the top, Mayank from Delhi. I should point.
Yes.
I
Mayank
should
is
point that
like
out.
been to these places a lot of time.
Yeah, of course. Tarun following up on the leaderboard as well. Saurabh is climbing very slowly up, so from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4. We have Akshat, Vishal, and Rahul also jumping up with getting it right this time. And Mrinal and Vishal are 9th and 10th on the leaderboard, with Chirag on 6, Steny, Kushagra, Saurabh, Tarun, Mayank. Last 3 rounds. Let's get it going and see who's going to win this. Sanchit leading now. 80 points ahead of Mayank. I see boats. They're almost everywhere. This is a hard one. I see people in beards. They're also everywhere. This is a super hard one. I see these gaps might help you make a decision, help you take a decision. But anybody can wear any kind of cap anywhere in the world. So anything can happen. Time's up. Nobody. Oh, we got guesses in. So Vishal, Steny, Tarun, Mayank. Vishal is moving up now. 4 kilometers. Everybody was very close. Where is it? Did
That's
everybody?
Venice.
Venice. Awesome. That's always the first guess, but I'm sure this game sometimes confuses you as well, because Venice type locations are all around the world now. With so all right, last 2 rounds, guys. And I'll give a quick update on the leaderboard while you look at your screens. So Tarun's at the top now, and Sanchit is not that far behind with 45 points. And I think we've seen this in the past in one of the rounds, right? So this would be familiar. And Steny is climbing back up with on 4th position now. Can climb up to win this as well. There's one more round after this, so you have to get it right. Vishal is 9,000 kilometers out. We have Chirag, who's again 9,000 kilometers out. No worries, guys. Everybody is 9,000 kilometers out. I think everybody thinks, what is this? But
Everybody.
go ahead. I mean, yeah. 2 seconds. Ooh, Mayank. Mayank got it right. Very
As you
close.
told Harshit, right? I got confused between Japan and Korea.
Oh, 1 second. Okay. And but you didn't think it was Paris as everybody thought, right? Which is
No, actually, it's very small. So comparing to Paris one, so that's why.
that's that I think that was the best round out of all the ones. Man climbs up, everybody. Awesome. So we will move to the last round and find our winners and quickly kick things off, because we have people waiting to get things going. 60 seconds can decide if you get a t-shirt or not. Can you get it right? It all depends on the 60 seconds. I'm using the Chuck Day movie thing now, but please bear me with all the commentary. Yeah. Anybody can win from here. This is getting super intense. I need intense music. 21 seconds. And anything can happen here. Alrighty. Rohit, what do you think? Are you Rohit? Are you playing or are you spectating like me?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think? This place. Okay, we have the results. It's Tarun, Sanchit, and Steny. Sanchit,
Hey
very
guys, congratulations everyone.
Seriously?
Yeah, guys, I forgot to click.
all right. I will take a screenshot of this so that I have it in the books, and we are making sure we send you t-shirts. Yes, top 5. This Tarun, Sanchit, Steny, Mayank, Nayan, Saurabh, Kushagra, Chirag, Siddhant. Some of them are my teammates here. So if you even are like 6th or 7th ranked, you'll get a t-shirt. Don't lose lose heart. So you'll get your t-shirts, and because they have a lot of t-shirts already, so it's for you. All right. Okay. I will quickly go back to the presentation and hand it over to Rohit to let us know what are you trying to do today. Yeah.
Right, thanks guys. It was a great game. Thanks, Archit. And congratulations to every winner. All right, let's start with our agenda now. So in today's agenda, we have MongoDB charts, what MongoDB chart is, how these are useful in day-to-day activities. And there will be some practical demos, exercises, followed with some questions. So you will be shown how to create a chart. Then you will be given some questions which you will be preparing charts on. And then we will assess your charts. We will have some time to prepare your charts. I get 30 minutes. You will submit your charts. We will assess them. We will rate them. And then again, we will have winners from the chart exercise, right? So there are more t-shirts to win here. After that, we will have trivia where we will again play some game. And then again, you will have some t-shirts to win. And that's it. So I'll hand it over to our speaker now. Do we have? All right. So we have Siddhant with us. He's a product engineer in Loop Panel. He will show us, he will guide us. He will take us through all these charts and everything. So I'll hand it over to you, Siddhant. Over to you.
Hey everyone, a very warm welcome. Yeah, Rashid, I can probably take it over. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I hope my screen is visible. I hope I'm completely audible. Hey guys, a very warm welcome to the event, and it was a great. It was great actually doing the virtual vacation. We're all pumped up. So today's agenda, as Rohit mentioned, we're going to be going through MongoDB charts, and we're going to be building some charts, have some fun around it. But before I dive into the topic at hand, I'd like to bring you up to some speed with respect to some prerequisite we might want to set up. So that is creating a MongoDB account, a MongoDB Atlas account, and spinning up a MongoDB cluster. I hope some of you must have already done it, but I'll quickly just walk you through it so that you can follow along. So the first thing that you need to do, you would probably want to go to cloud.mongodb.com. And once you do that, you would need to go to sign in. And then from there, you can, if you already have an account, you can just log in with Google, or if you don't have one, you need to sign up. So you can, follow the process, create an account, and get up to speed. So I already have an account, so I'm just going to switch over back to my MongoDB account. All right. So once you actually create your MongoDB account or sign into one, the next thing that we need to do is we need to set up a MongoDB database cluster. And basically, to do anything inside MongoDB Atlas, we'll need a cluster setup. So if you haven't set up the cluster, you can follow along as well. When you reach this page, you'll need to click on Build a Database. We'll select the shared one because that's just enough for us to get started with. Then we'll hit Create. And now MongoDB will ask us to choose a cloud provider and a region. We'll let AWS as the cloud provider. We'll select North Virginia as a region. And then we'll select Create Cluster. So once we do that, MongoDB will ask us to create a user for our cluster. So I'm just going to type in anything over here, but you might want to, put some more airtight credentials, because I'm not going to be using this cluster for the demo, but it's just for demonstration. So you might want to put something more safer from a security standpoint. The next thing that we'll need to do is we'll also need to add our IP address. This will allow us to actually access our cluster from our own local network and system. So I'm just going to choose add my current IP address over here. You'll see your IP address over here. I already have added it, so I can see it over here. But once you do that, you should see your IP address over here. Great. We'll hit finish and close, and we'll go to the database. And now our cluster would be set up. It might take a couple of minutes, but don't worry. At this point, after a few minutes, you should have your own MongoDB cluster up and running. Great. So now let's dive into the topic at hand and talk a little bit about what MongoDB charts are. So MongoDB charts is the quickest and easiest way to build data visualizations for all your data stored in your MongoDB account. And a great thing about MongoDB charts is that it's built into your atlas. That means you need no additional infrastructure or installation. It's really quick and easy to set up and goes along with whatever data you have in your account. There's also intelligent data distribution, which means there's a separation of concerns between your analytical and transactional workloads, and there's no data movement or duplication. So that will help you to create your data visualizations in a matter of seconds or minutes. The best part that I feel about MongoDB charts is that it understands your document model natively. This means that even if you have some complex data structures like arrays or sub-documents, MongoDB will actually understand them all. And you probably won't need to do a lot about those complex data structures. Well, that's all cool. But why would we even need charts in the first place, and where would you use them? Well, you could use charts to actually make data visualizations for all the data in your MongoDB account. So if you've used MongoDB for any kind of applications, for building some projects, or even at work, that data is lying around there, and it could probably have a lot more meaning than you think that it does. So you can derive those meaningful insights via those visualizations. You can sit along with your teammates in internal presentations, build various kind of charts like graph, line, bar, all this kind of stuff. And you can even use those charts to communicate information more clearly in business meetings to clients, stakeholders, and whatnot. Not to mention that if you're from a background from data science, data analysis, maths, economics, we've all studied in our school as well, charts are super useful when it comes to comparing data sets visually and understanding and retaining information in the blink of an eye. All right, so now that we are compelled to actually understand and learn a bit about charts, let's now go back to our MongoDB Atlas account. So once our cluster looks like a cluster is all set up and ready, what we need to do next is we need to load a sample data set. This sample data set is basically, it will contain some data that you can already load in your MongoDB account. And it might take some time. So we'll do that right now. So you might want to go over to these three dots you have over here, right next to your cluster name. Click on it, load sample data set. And then you might want to click on this load sample data set in the pop-up. And once you do that, the sample data set will load in the background. I already have one loaded in another tab over here. So I'll take it over from here. But if you didn't, that's how you load a sample data set in your cluster. So now that we have a sample data set loaded, let's talk a little bit about what kind of charts we're going to build today. And it's always helpful to have a practical use case around anything that you're doing. So if you're building charts, there should be some practical meaning to it, right? So let's say this event was happening in a live location. Let's take, for instance, Brooklyn. And we had attendees coming in from all over the world. In that case, if we have some data regarding the restaurants in that location, we can actually use MongoDB charts to visualize that restaurant data. In turn, we can gather some useful insights and facilitate meals for attendees. Make sense? So now, let's talk a bit about the sample data set that we've loaded. So as I've already shown you that you can load the sample data set in your cluster, and that will give you a great starting point, and you won't have to worry about manually loading any data into your cluster. So we will go by the assumption that our company has the extensive database of restaurant, and I'll quickly show you in a moment that we actually have that restaurant collection with us inside that sample data set. The great thing about that data set is it will have all the features of MongoDB. That means it will have all kind of data types, from simple ones, integers and strings, to complex ones, arrays and documents, and all those kind of things. So let me just show you. So we're back here on our Atlas cluster, and I'll go over to browse collections. And once you do that, your MongoDB cluster should automatically retrieve all your collections over here. And these collections were actually, they actually were imported into your cluster when you loaded the sample data set. So it's quite nice to see a lot of data that we can have to play around with. We're interested in the sample restaurants one. And inside this sub collection, we can select the restaurant sub collection. And as you can see, it has a number of documents regarding different restaurants. So let's look at how each document is structured and what kind of data fields it contains. All right, so if you look closely, each document in our restaurant sub collection is going to have a unique ID to identify the document, an address, which is again going to be an object. So it might have some details about the postcode, the postal address, and all that kind of stuff. We'll also have a borough field that basically represents a location of that document. So if there is a document that has a borough for Manhattan, that means that restaurant is located in Manhattan. We then have a cuisine, a grades array that could represent some scores and grades for that document or that restaurant. Then of course, we'll have the name of that restaurant and a unique identifier for that restaurant. So you can see the data of each document is quite simple to perceive, yet we also have some data types that are not primary or primitive, like we have the address object or we have the grades array. So kind of we have the best of both worlds to play around with. All right. So now let's go ahead and activate charts. So I'm going to go over here, and inside the Atlas, I'll go over to the charts tab. And once I do that, if you've never dealt with charts before, you should see a screen like this. The first time you come around here, you'll need to activate charts. So we'll do that. And within a minute, MongoDB will actually activate charts in your Atlas project. Again, if you've already built charts before, you may not need to do this, but most of you'll have to go through this, and it will hardly take a minute. So as you can see, we're almost done. And we should have the charts dashboard coming up right over here. All right, so we have it over here. Now that I've activated the charts, I can see something as dashboards. So what are those dashboards? Well, all your charts of your MongoDB will live in a dashboard. It's like a special place or a single source of truth where you can categorize different kind of charts that you create. And you can categorize them based on your data source. So let's say we're talking about restaurant data source today. So all our charts regarding that restaurant data source can go inside a separate dashboard called a restaurant dashboard. Similarly, if you had another charts for, say, movies, you could create another dashboard. The idea is that we can see all our charts at a single place, and it's more easier to derive meaningful insights from them. Make sense? Great. So now we're going to go back to our dashboard, and then we'll create a new dashboard. So I'm going to click over Add Dashboard over here, and we can give it any name. I'll say Restaurant Data or Restaurant Dashboard. You can also give it a description of it if you want. I'll simply skip this part. Let's hit save. And that should create a restaurant dashboard for us. Awesome. So before we can start using this dashboard to build charts, we need to tell our charts, MongoDB charts, that we are using this data source. So remember, in your cluster, I showed you the restaurant sub collection. We now need to import that restaurant sub collection over here. Because charts, will be derived from different data source. As you can see over here, I have this data source tab. So I'm just going to click it. And you'll see that you should already have a sample data source loaded over here. That should be something that MongoDB will do for you right out of the box. Since we're interested in loading the restaurant subcollection, we'll click on Add Data Source. We'll choose our cluster. And then we'll do Next. We'll click on Next. And that should bring up the charts. That should bring up the data source for us right in a minute. Yep, there we go. So let's also go over through this. So if you can see this, these are all the collections that we had in our cluster. So we can load any of them. Since we're interested in the restaurants one, I'm going to expand this one. It's going to get the sub collections under this one. And then I'm going to choose the restaurant sub collection. We'll hit finish. And once I do that, we've successfully imported the restaurants data source in our MongoDB Charts dashboard. Great. So now we can go to dashboard and actually start creating some charts inside our restaurant dashboard. All right. So the first thing that I want to do is I actually want to count the total number of restaurants in Brooklyn. Well, it kind of makes sense, right? Before we actually go on to facilitate meals for attendees, let's just validate, do we even have enough restaurants in Brooklyn? So it will be a nice idea to build a chart around it, gather some data from it, and then move forward. So let's go ahead and build our first chart. All right, so I'm back over here on our dashboard. Since we will build our charts inside the restaurant dashboard, I already have that selected over here. What you need to do now is you need to go over to Add Chart button, click it, and once we do that, you would see that we are here inside our chart builder. So this is the chart builder of your MongoDB charts, and this is where you actually choose different kind of charts that you need to create. And I'll walk you through each of these details step by step. But the first thing you will need to do every time you come to your chart builder is actually choose a data source. So while we've already loaded a data source in our charts, our chart builder doesn't know which data source we want to work on. So the first step would always be that we'll choose the data source. So we'll choose the restaurant data source that we just loaded a few moments ago. And once I do that, notice how MongoDB Charts has automatically inferred the different fields and values and the data types that we have in this restaurant collection. As you can see, we have the name over here, the ID, the grades, which is also an array. So we're getting all kind of information about our data right over here. So it's more easier to actually build charts with this. Great. Once you've done that, we'll go over here to our chart type and we'll select the kind of chart we want to create. If you click this drop down, you'll get a bunch of stuff that you can build your charts on. So you can build bar charts, column, combos, all that kind of stuff. For this one, remember, we need to count and we need to display a text, right? So it makes sense to create a text chart. So from this drop down, I'm simply going to select text. Once I do that, I can also go over here and select the number tab from it. Because eventually, we want to build a chart around the total count, which is obviously going to be a number, right? Great. So once you've done that, the next thing is which kind of data field do we use to build the chart? And in this tab is where, in the Encore tab, is where you will actually decide which data field your chart is going to use to actually be built. But typically, this might have two fields, but right now, since we are making a very simple text chart, it has a simple aggregation field of number. So an aggregation field is anything that will take a data type, that will take a data value, and then it will give you a couple of aggregation functions like count, sum up, average, mean, that you can perform on that data. So now, going back to our question, we need to count the total number of restaurants, right? And we've already seen that in this restaurant sub collection, each document actually represents a restaurant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this restaurant ID data that we have over here, and I'm going to drag it, drop it down to the number on code field. And there we go. The moment I do that, you should see that we already have a chart built over here, right? And if you go over here, we have the aggregate function that MongoDB automatically picked up for us. And it did count all the documents with having a restaurant ID field. But at this point, it's worth mentioning that we don't need to just count them. We also need to count them distinctly. For this use case, there wouldn't be any difference, but you need to know that there could be duplicate documents based on how your data is structured. For this use case, it's coincidental that the distinct restaurants and the count total restaurants happens to be the same. But the right way to do is to choose the distinct one, given the problem that we're trying to solve. All right, so are we there yet? Well, we'll close, but we're not there yet. Because if you see, this number actually represents the total count of all the documents that we have in our collection. But the question was that we need to find the total number of restaurants in Brooklyn itself. This gives us the total number of restaurants in the entire data set. So how do we achieve that? Well, we can narrow this number down by applying a filter. As you can see, I have the filter tab over here. And once I click it, MongoDB will actually allow you to drag and drop any field you want to filter this chart by. We need to filter the chart by location. And remember, we can have that location in the borough field. So I'm going to simply drag it and drop it in the filter. And once I do that, MongoDB will actually go through all the documents and it will tell me what all different kind of unique values I have in the borough field for all those documents. And now it will make more sense to you that this count is actually it actually represents the total restaurants that includes all of these locations. So we have Staten Island, Queens, Manhattan, and all those kind of things. But we don't want that. We just want Brooklyn, right? So I'm going to deselect all. And then I'm going to select Brooklyn. And yeah, there we go. We have a smaller number now. And it seems to be more aligned with a use case and what we wanted to do. Great. So we are almost close to wrapping up our first chart. But before we do that, I also want to tell you that we can add a title to a chart and a description as well. And it's always good to have a title to your chart. It'll be easier to look at the chart and understand what the chart is meant for. So I'm going to give it a simple title. I'll say restaurant count. You can give it a description as well. Let me just write over here, total number of restaurants in Brooklyn. All right. Once we do that, we hit save and close over here. And there we go. We're back to our restaurant dashboard and we have our first chart in place. That was easy. Well, you can also move your charts around on your restaurant dashboard. And you can also resize them. Yep, that looks more clear. So we'll just move it back to over here and we'll let it stay. All right. So we've built our first chart and this was quite an easy one. So let's move on to something a little more difficult than this one and something that would give us a little more better insight than this one. So now we know that we have restaurants in Brooklyn and we can facilitate meals for our attendees. Great. But now our attendees have given us a list of their favorite restaurants. So now we need to find out which restaurant have the maximum number of outlets. That will actually help us to select which restaurant we can use to bring in bulk meals for all our attendees. So now we're going to build a chart that actually solves this problem. So we'll go back to our dashboard. Since we're creating a new chart, we'll click on Add Chart. And again, following up from our previous chart, the first step is always, remember, to load the sample data, select the sample data source over here. We should have those data appearing over here. And now we need to think about how we can plot restaurant names alongside their number of outlets. So to simplify this problem, we can think that each outlet can be represented by each document that we have in this collection. And then we need to look at it against the restaurant. So we need to know the name of the restaurant. So on the x-axis, so first let me talk to you about what kind of chart we're going to build. So we can't build a simple chart for this. We can't build a text chart for this because we need to actually see how that data compares alongside two kind of fields. So I already have the bar chart selected and I'm going to use that. But if you had something else, you would want to go to bar and select the bar, chart type to be bar. I'll state to be grouped. That's fine right now. And now, as you can see, if you remember, bar charts have an x-axis and y-axis, and then you can compare data sets along those sides. So on the x-axis, we'll have the aggregation field, and on the y-axis, we have the category field. And an easier way to understand this is, in most cases, on the aggregation field, you would actually want to put up a number because you would be doing an aggregation function on it, right? So think about it. What do we want to count? What do we want? Or probably we want to sum up something. We want to average out something. In this case, we need to count the outlets, right? So I'm just going to drag and drop the restaurant ID on the x-axis over here. And as you can see, it's already counting it. The default is count. We can also do distinct, but we already saw that each document is unique on its own as an outlet. So we can leave it as it is. Then on the y-axis, we need to see how this count relates to the other field. We're counting the outlets already right now, but then we need to compare it against each restaurant name. And luckily, we have a name field over here. So now I'm going to drag this name field and drop it down on the y-axis. And once I do that, we have a chart over here, although it's not quite visible yet, but you should be able to see that we have something. We have the restaurant names over here, and then we also have the count over here. Great. Now it's time to actually narrow this data down a little. Remember, our attendees gave us a list of their favorite restaurants. But before that, we need to ensure that this data set pertains to the Brooklyn location. Because we now sure that there are enough restaurants in Brooklyn location. So all the problems that we solve or the charts we're going to build will pertain to Brooklyn location only. And this should be like a recapitulating exercise to add filters. So you should be easy to follow along. So the first filter is we'll drop down the borough. We'll deselect everything. We'll again select Brooklyn. This is something we've already done in the previous chart. So it should be easy to follow. All right. Now we'll need to filter this by restaurant names. So we can do that by dropping down the name field over here. And once I do that, you should be able to see the list of all the restaurant names that we have over here. Now we can cherry pick each restaurant that was probably given to us by the attendees. I'm simply going to assume that they gave us a favorite list of restaurants that are actually quite popular from this list. So first I'm going to deselect all of them. Then let's select Burger King. We can do Dunkin' Donuts. Let's do KFC as well. McDonald's, Starbucks, Subway, and Wendy. All right. So now you can see we have a more meaningful chart coming right onto our screen. And it's actually conveying some great information, right? It actually tells me that Subway actually has the maximum number of outlets in Brooklyn. So if it's among the favorite list of restaurants that the attendees have given us, it might as well make some sense to get all our meals for the attendees from Subway. It also tells us that KFC has the minimum number of outlets in Brooklyn, so we might just skip that. Great. We're almost closing our second chart now. But before we do that, I want to tell you about how you can customize your charts as well. So if you look at over here, we have next to the filter tab, we have a customize tab. And if I click on the customize tab, I can do all sorts of stuff to actually make this chart appear like the way I want it to. So the first thing that I want to do is, instead of having this label on the x-axis, I want to have outlet count over here. So inside customize, I'm going to go over to fields. Then I'm going to toggle this label override. So what this will help me is, it will help me to override any kind of label. So these are all just labels that I have on X and Y axis. So once I toggle this, it will help me override this label. So I've selected the field, which is distinct restaurant ID, this one. I've toggled the label override. Now I can simply type anything over here to actually override the label over there. And I'll type in count of outlets. And it's real time, and as you can see, we've actually updated the label over here. It makes more sense, right? All right, let's also change this, the label on the y-axis to restaurant name. So again, I'm going to select the name one from this drop down, check the label override field, and put in restaurant name over here. Great. Again, we'll give it a title. Feel free to give it anything that you want. And finally, we'll hit save and close. And once we do that, we now have a second chart on our dashboard. I'll just quickly resize it so we can see it better alongside the first chart that we have. Great. We've built two different charts, and we've already solved two problems for our attendees. That's quite some progress. So now I hope you're familiar with what MongoDB Charts says, how we can build charts, and I hope you can appreciate how easy it was to just take a question, break it down, and take MongoDB's help to build a useful chart for it. Awesome. So now it's time for some exercise. So you already know how you can build charts with MongoDB. So why not put that into some practice? So what I'm going to do right now, I'll explain you 3 questions that we have prepared for you. So these questions will actually help you understand these charts better, and it will be a fun little session where you can experiment around MongoDB charts. So the evaluation criteria is simple. Based on the questions that I give you, you should be able to plot a chart that answer most of the important elements of that question. Then it's your creativity, how you can make the chart appear. Feel free to customize it, change colors, add labels to it, and the kind of charts, the type of chart you use, it can also be taken into account. So feel free to do that as well. And then of course, if you have some capability to tell a compelling and engaging story that's related to that chart and is also logical, bonus points for that. So we have a set of guidelines here that will actually help you how you can, get into teams, move to breakout rooms, and start building these charts. I'll let Harshit take over in a while once I explain you the questions. But yeah, so of course we have some MongoDB swags again. So if you already had some in your virtual vacation, you'll get more. So it's going to be a fun one. So before I let Harshit take over and move you into teams and breakout rooms, and you get more sense of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, let me just walk you over the 3 questions that we have for you for building charts. So I'll try to break it down for you and also try to drop some subtle hints if you can catch them along the way. All right. So the first thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to find out which are the most popular restaurant by scores. So you'll need to build a chart that will actually tell you that, okay, this X restaurant has this many scores and this Y restaurant has this many scores. An important thing to note here, remember, would be that you would need to compare the scores. So you'd need to think about the aggregation function you use here. That should help you. The next question that we have is, which restaurant have the maximum cuisines? So now since we have attendees coming in from all over the world, we need to ensure that we can pick a restaurant that can serve us different kind of cuisines. And this should be a simple one. You might want to relate it with the chart that you've just built right now. And then you should be able to look at the chart and say X restaurant has the maximum number of cuisines and Y restaurant has the minimum number of cuisines. Lastly, you'll need to compare different cuisine types served by the restaurants. So we've intentionally made it a little more difficult for you. So if you go through the previous two, you should have some fun time cracking this one. Another hint for this is going to involve a third data field. So if you choose a chart type that can actually help you see cuisine against a restaurant name, then you might want to add something else on top of it to see all the cuisines served by each restaurant and see what kind of share each restaurant has with respect to that cuisine. All right, so now I'll let Harshit take over and move you into breakout rooms so we can start this fun exercise.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Siddhant. Thanks a lot. That was great describing everything. And I'm very sorry. My wife was sitting right next to me and telling me, stop discussing food on the chat. So sorry for distracting your audience a little onto the food. But that was exciting. The restaurants, Subways, and McD's were making us think about this. So the thing is, if you haven't done anything yet or you didn't follow, no worries. We'll put you into breakout rooms. We have team members here who will be in your rooms to help you out. And one of you can start your cluster, share your screen. So as a team, we just need one submission. So one of you can volunteer, or if not, we have team members who can join in and help you out and do this with you, and you can help them do on their screens. So we'll quickly break out in the rooms of five people each, and that would make us get this assignment going. It's a 30-minute. We have 30 minutes to do this, so we have all the time. It should not take more than 20 minutes, I feel. But you can talk about things, you can clear your doubts, and we'll be hopping into various rooms to help you out if there's any confusion. Let's get this going. So I'll quickly break you out into different breakout rooms. It's okay if you're on phone, you can stay silent and watch out what your team is doing. Still can grab the t-shirt if your team is doing well. So you can still be around. Yep. All right. This is it. And I am setting up some time. And I'm going to open the rooms. See you guys in the rooms. Yeah. So Hail, thanks Avinash for joining. So Hail, we'll be putting you into groups of 5. You'll find random teammates in your team. You can interact with them and build this all together. Yep. And we will jump into your room and help you out if you need any help. Awesome. I'll break into rooms now and see you in your rooms. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks guys. Let's wait for everybody to join back, and then we will. We had some questions on LinkedIn, so we'll answer those questions and quickly move into trivia. Okay. I am doing some settings and we can get back to the basics in a minute. All right, I think almost everybody's here and we can kick things off. So Sanchit, I'll share my screen and then over to you to take things from here.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I can move to trivia now, right, Sanchit?
Yes, yes.
So, yeah. So all you need to do is go to kahoot.it. That's the link, and then enter the game code 8583060. Yeah, and we will see players popping up here. And then of course there are t-shirts as well, Sanchit. That's the most important part. Yeah, you win.
It's saying that the pen doesn't exist. Is it just me?
No, it's happening with me also.
Yes, same issue.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. I'll get this sorted. Yeah. Second. And there's a new pen. Now you guys should be able to join.
So we are having 14 participants right now. Let's do this. Nineteen, 20.
For the bad music.
Actually, let's start.
Okay, all right. I'll kick this off, Sanchit, and we can have some fun. Yay!
Three, two, one. We'll be having our first question. What is a namespace in MongoDB? You are having only 15 seconds. 10, 9, 15 answers, 16, 20 answers, 22, 23. Okay. So let's check the leaderboard.
So 12 got it right, and 14 got it wrong. So we still have 19 questions, right? Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so Anurag is on the top. Then we have SR, Ansh, then Aditya, then Devesh. So let's move on to next question. Which of the following is the circular charts? Eleven answers right. 14. Only 5 seconds left. So 14 got the right answer. Amazing. Let's see the leaderboard. Oh my God. So Ansh is on the top. Kushag, then Kushagra, then Aditya, then SR, then Prakyat Singha. Sorry. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly.
The next one, Sanchit. Yep.
Yes. Which sea creature has 3 hearts?
So this is mixed questions.
Yes. Only 5 seconds. Let's hurry up, guys.
Everybody's gonna get it right. No?
Oh,
Everyone.
it's octopus. So let's move on to our next question. So number 4. Ansh, very well. So he is maintaining the leaderboard. Aditya, Kushagra, then Ansh, then Devesh.
And Anurag is the highest climber. There's some more stats here. Up 4 places.
Up, yes. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system?
If you are in Delhi, you would say Earth currently, right? So much heat here at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, so 14 got it correct. Like Venus is the answer. Yes.
All right. I think yeah, there was confusion between Mercury and Venus. And the leaderboard?
Wow. So Ansh is on the top, then Aditya, then we have Anurag, then Yogesh and Kushagra. 3 players just dropped their answer streak of 3. Wow, amazing. Let's do this, guys. Break the leaderboard right now. Where was ice cream invented?
Saturday afternoon. Delhi is 40 degrees Celsius. We all want ice cream.
It's maybe India, I guess.
I'm sure it's cold everywhere else, right? So might be India.
Might be India. I don't know. Actually.
Yep.
Oh,
One set it correct in the kitchen.
so it's China, everyone.
Yeah, that was the right answer. In the kitchen should have been an option. Okay, let's go.
So Shivam is the highest climber. So we have Ansh again as maintaining the top position. Then we have Aditya, then Prakya, then Yogesh, and then Ansh. Amazing, everyone.
There are 2 Anshs in the top 5. So Ansh is the key today.
Ansh, yes. One Ansh will surely make this. How many
Change that-
elements are in the periodic table?
Change your name to Ansh and you'll win. Right, Sanchit?
Yes.
Chemistry was never something which I was interested in. Yeah. So what's the correct answer here?
118.
Oh.
I just got one answer correct until now.
So we have Sai Charan is the highest climber and Ansh maintaining the leaderboard as usual. We have Aditya, then Yogesh, then Ansh, then Anurag.
Fun for you guys. Yep.
A group of 1 or more charts is called. It's easy
heard.
question, everyone.
If you heard the presentation, this was discussed. I'm like a school teacher right now. It's like, I know you didn't do this.
So Till got it correct. Yes, it's dashboard. So let's move to our next question. Oh wow, 4 players just hit answer streak. Then Ansh maintaining the leaderboard as usual. Then Aditya, then Yogesh, then Coder Chirag, then SR. Right.
I think
Amazing.
Ansh is a trivia genius.
Which of the following is not the text charts? We have 10 seconds left for this one.
5.
Twenty-seven answers. Yes. So right answer is column chart. So 7 got it right. Amazing. Let's move to the next question. Coder Chirag has a streak with 4 correct answers. So it's like a tough competition between Ansh and Coder Chirag. What do you think, Harshit?
Yeah, I think this is getting heated up, but I'm still maintaining. But with the streak, Chirag can do anything from here. Let's see. And I see Yogesh and the second Ansh is back on the leaderboard as well.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
He's not losing it here. All right, on to the next one. And this is question number 9. So there is still 11 questions left.
Yes. Heat maps and scatter charts are the example of. Five seconds left, everyone. Hurry up.
Are you reading comments on the chat? Somebody saying, hope Ansh internet goes down. That's
No, I was not reading that. Science Intel paid off. Wow.
Oh, 19 people got it right. Oh, got it wrong.
19 got it wrong. Grid charts is the right answer.
In fact, 21 got it wrong. 5 got it right.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's a big one. Anything can happen now.
So Ansh maintaining the leaderboard as usual. And Sai Charan is the highest climber. Sai Charan, please maintain the leaderboard. We want you to come back. Then you have Kodesh Chirag on second position, then Yogesh, then Aditya, then SR.
And I see that Chirag is not that far away, right? He can quickly
Yes.
get one question or two questions right,
And we don't have another Ansh.
yeah. And I see on the chat that everybody's praying for Ansh's internet to go down while Ansh is trying to have 2 internet set up so that
Yes.
I don't want to lose from here.
The 10th question, which of the following is not a valid index type in MongoDB? 10 seconds left. Everyone, hurry up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 9 got it correct. Yes, it's filtered index. Let's see.
Right, let's see the leaderboard.
Coder
my-
Chirag. I was correct. Coder Chirag will win this game. We request both Ansh to climb the leaderboard as soon as possible. We have few rounds left.
All right, okay. 11 out of 20.
Yes.
There you go.
MongoDB also supports user-defined indexes on multiple fields called.
This is hard.
This is
And Ansh climb back. Let's see who goes up the leaderboard.
we don't know when. So compound is the right answer. Only 6 got it correct.
All right. Ooh, Aditya is climbing up.
Pankaj is the highest climber, but we can't see him on the leaderboard. That's not an issue. Coder Chirag maintaining the leaderboard as usual. Then Ansh, then Aditya, then Jayesh and Yogesh. Like, we want another Ansh. How does MongoDB ensure data availability?
The music grows to intense music by the end of it. It's so fun music, right? You're not able to create that vibe, right? With the leaderboard that, hey, he's climbing, hey, he's gonna go down. That would be fun. Ooh, Sachin got it right.
It's like Ansh and Coder Chirag will win this game.
Do you want to make some guesses? Who's gonna be up on the top now? Will Koder Chirag move to down or?
Coder Chirag will be up. Yes.
Okay, let's see if your guess is right or not. No, I win. Koder Chirag, you are disappointing, Sanchit. So you gotta do it in the next one. And here's the next question.
Parun is the highest climber. Wow. So let's move on to 13th question. Which one of the following is not a valid method to update documents in a collection?
Is not.
Yes, it is not. Sorry.
No, I mean, these were the tricky questions back in the day when we were in school, right? Teachers used to put like not in there and confuse us.
Oh wow, amazing. 14 got it correct.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard, Sanchit.
Chirag will be winning.
So,
Yay!
you
Coder
win.
Chirag will win.
Okay, we see Ansh Rathore climbing back as well. SR is up there as well, and Mohammad Nihad has the answers right. So anything can happen. We have
Let's move to
6 questions, right? Yeah.
Yes, we are left with 6 questions. Which are the valid command to view all the databases in a node? 10 seconds left, everyone. Speed up. So show DBS is the answer. Show DBS is the answer. Let's see.
Oh,
What
we
do you
had
see?
a
What do you
good
think?
divide, right? Half of them got it right, half of them got it wrong. Oh,
Devesh is back in the game. Wow, amazing. So Coder Chirag is winning as usual.
and Jayesh is second. Now Ansh needs to buckle up. 5 more questions to go. Let's see Sanchit who's going to win this one.
What is the length of the MongoDB default object ID? Some of them are so quick, means they are I don't know, they know the answer, or they're MongoDB experts.
Yeah, that might be the case. But there are some general questions also coming up, so things can change.
So 10 got the right answer. Amazing. Let's see.
Nothing changes at top three, right? Same
Yes.
thing.
But both Anshas are back in the game.
Awesome. And it's a tough round. 3-player lost their answer streak of 3. So that's a tough question.
Command to return all the employee documents sorted by salary in descending order. Up your MongoDB question. So So 13 got it correct. Wow, amazing. Everyone is MongoDB expert here.
And the leaderboard.
Jayesh is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Amazing, Jayesh.
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh,
I can see only one Ansh right now.
Ansh Rathod is climbing up now, saying that there should be at least one Ansh in the top 5. So carrying the legacy of Ansh in top 5.
Ansh.
Yeah.
So let's move on to 17. Which one of the following is not a valid
Boson data type.
Boson data type?
7 seconds. 16 answers, 21 answers, 2
3, 2,
seconds.
1. Only 9 got it correct.
Right. Oh, that was a hard one.
Yes. We have both Ansh now.
Oh, Ansh is back to the leaderboard now. Nice.
That looks like a classroom.
Tough competition between both the Ansh, right? We'll be winning this game.
Yeah, he got his internet fixed.
Which of the following storage engines are used by MongoDB? So it's a multiple choice. You have to select 2. Only 10 seconds left. Wow, so basically
17 got it right.
17 got it right.
I think that's the analysis from here. I hope that's the analysis. Oh my god. This is drama right at the last question, right? This is
Divesh is the highest climber, then Ansh. Ansh is Coder Chirag. It's a huge gap between both of them right now. So then Jayesh, then Aditya, then Ansh. It's like both Ansh will be winning, then Coder Chirag will be in the top 5. Let's see who will be winning this.
Did you see that Devesh has got his mojo back? He's kind of has 3 places right,
Yes.
up 3 places. So things are happening. We'll see the full leaderboard at the end of it. I'm nervous.
Last two questions, everyone.
Do you want to make some guesses?
I will go with Coder Chirag. I don't know, but let's.
I think it would be somebody new and let's see what happens. This is for a beer, Sanchit. Chirag, don't let Sanchit down.
Which of the following operation process data records and returns computed results? Ten seconds left. Any guesses, Harshit, for this round? Oh, so 18 got it right. Amazing. Amazing, everyone.
Everybody got it right.
I think top 4 will stay there.
Yeah, and sorry for the copy error. It should be replica. I copied it incorrectly. So sorry for that. But most of them got it right. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Sanchit owes me a beer.
Yep.
So
Last Ansh has to take care of his place now. I think the top 4 will be same.
I wish there was a button in Kahoot to like press and say, do 2 more questions for tiebreakers, and something like that would have been super cool.
But seeing the leaderboard, maybe Ansh can win this, I guess.
Yeah.
Coder Chirag, you have to do it. You have to do it.
That was the last question, right? No.
Yes.
This is the final score.
No, we will be having one more question, I guess.
Oh, there's one more. Oh, anything
Yes,
can happen.
yes.
I thought this was the last one.
No. Which
Full of
natural
drama.
disaster is measured by with a Richter scale?
Finally, a
It's easy.
non-MongoDB question.
It's an easy question. Class 10th, I guess. One, and let's see the leaderboard. 25 got it right. Yes, it's a class 10th question. Everyone knows it. About it.
All right, so we might not see changes on the word, but what if these two people are in the top 5? Anything can happen. Are you guys ready for the final results? 3, 2, 1, there we go. Podium.
Jayesh.
Took the 3rd spot. Coder
Coder
Chirag
Chirag.
is 2nd.
And Ansh Ratha. Ansh.
Wins it.
Hey guys, congrats everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats.
Congrats, everybody.
Yay. Let's get rid of this. And thank you so much, guys. I'll switch back to this and we'll do the results offline on the forums. We'll get you the updates. We got a lot of submissions, so it'll take some time doing the results. But I'll leave it to organizers to close it from here and thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. We will be hosting next meet soon. So please keep checking the MongoDB forum. All right. Thank you.
One more thing, guys, there's a feedback form. Please take out 2 minutes to fill that feedback form so that we know what we all need to do in the next event for you. And if you, if you have anything else to let us know, you can reach out to us on community forums, community.mongodb.com. Fill in anything. You can also go on the event page we have and write in any feedback you have for us. Yeah. Sanjay, you want to close it from here?
Yeah, so please feel free to join our MongoDB Delhi chapter. So I'd shared the link in the comment in the chat section. So we'll be hosting a new meetup probably next month, and you all are invited. So you will be getting an update through forum. So let's meet in person. We'll make the event, like we'll make it a big event. So let's meet in person. What do you think, Harshit?
Yes, that's the hope. That's the hope. I am always looking at
Awesome.
the newspaper every day, finding out there's no more variant coming up, and we get to do this as soon as possible. That's the whole strategy of it. Yes. Jay, I see some questions in the forums about the t-shirts for swag. So we would be reaching out to you. We have your details. We would be reaching out to you, and we'll also be posting update around the results of the exercise on the event forum, which Sanchit shared. So you will find the results very soon. We'll evaluate by after the weekend and get back to you. I hope everyone will get swags because we have a lot of swag to have for everybody, and the swags are based out of with the winners of the location, the virtual vacation game we played, the trivia we played, and the exercise we did. Yes. Thanks guys for attending. Thanks to the organizers. Thanks to a lot of team members on the team. They were around with you in the breakout rooms trying to help you out. So big thanks to them. They helped with trivia. They helped with putting a lot of content as well for this together. And thanks to the speaker Siddhant for doing this so amazingly and explaining us how you can find out restaurants in Brooklyn and which restaurant is doing, which one you should go to. I'm sure we'll find Subway everywhere. Now we know that Brooklyn has like 6,000. I mean, how many? 80 to 90 subways in Brooklyn itself. So we will, thanks for doing that, Siddhant. And thanks to every one of you who joined. Community is the most important part in doing these events. Thanks for joining and asking the great questions and being a part of it. And one more thing, if you created your chart, if you have your screenshots, do share on social media with #MongoDB or #community. And, we'll have some kudos for you on social media as well. Yes.
Great. Sure.
There's a question for result of exercises. We will be declaring that after the weekend, and we will do that on, on the forum itself, on the event page link itself that was shared, that had the exercise details. Make sure you sign up and you subscribe to that you click watch that forum thread, and you will get all the updates around that. And of course, once we select the winners, we'll reach out to you as well. We have your details, so we'll reach out to you and let you know that you are a winner. Yes.
Right. Thanks, guys. Let's wrap it up.
Guys, feel free to drop off after you've given the feedback, because that is important for the organizers and us to do things better for you. Yeah. Enjoy your Saturday.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, yes, hi.
Hello,
Yeah.
Harshit.
Yeah.
So Harshit, I didn't register for this event, and the link that Sanchit sent on the chat, I am not able to register after going there as well. So what should I do?
No worries. You were on the Zoom when things were happening, right? We have your details, and we'll make sure that you are
Okay.
reached
So
out for prize.
I didn't log in to Zoom before joining here. So you will have just my name, I guess, right?
Yeah,
On Zoom.
we will have your details. Can you you were in a breakout room, right? Playing doing the exercise.
No, I joined just before this.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Can you register on the forum itself?
Yeah. So the forum that you sent, right? The
I did
link.
the same.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's no button for joining, right?
so once you
So
sign
this
up,
going, yeah, no, okay. Once I sign up, there's a
Yes.
button.
Yes.
Just a second.
once you sign up, this button will become available, and you can click on it.
Okay,
To win.
because I'm able to see just 48 going.
Oh,
I
that's
thought the registration time limit has exceeded.
No.
yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood. Go ahead, Sanchit.
No.
Let me know, Anshar. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn if you face any issues, or right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And congratulations for doing so well on the trivia.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Feel free to drop off once you have given the update, and we will reach out to you. And if you can see my screen, if you go here, that's our Delhi user group. You can join this group and stay updated with any events that are coming in the future. And as Kenny mentioned, this is the same login for the charts and MongoDB Atlas. So once you're logged in on your MongoDB Atlas, you can open community.mongodb.com in the new tab, and you can open this link. Thanks, Ansh. I will share mine, Chirag. Yeah. And yes, the Srini has a point. So you can, once you are inside the forums, inside this group, we can go to your profiles. For example, I'll go to Steni's profile, and I can see Steni's LinkedIn in his community profile. So once you join the group, you can find everybody's LinkedIn in here as well. So I'll just pop up Steni's profile, and yeah, you can find out Steni's details, Steni's Twitter here. So thank you for your time. All right. So we're going to close the room. Thank you so much. Please explain one more how to join the group. Okay. So you need to, if you have the event link with you, Chirag, at the top of the event link, you can kind of find out a button here which says MongoDB User Group Delhi-NCR. And if you click on this, you can go to the group page, and you can there will be a join button here if you haven't joined yet, and you can click on join to join the group.
Oh, okay, got it.
Thank you so much for joining. I will close this now, and we will see you soon in the next one.